At number 10, we have Daryl Hannah. She was originally known for being a blonde bombshell, starring in Blade, Kill Bill Shark Swarm, and Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, as well as so many more. Not all of the movies were dubbed successful, but she was a talented actress all the same. In her attempt to keep her figure and face looking young, she got a little too much facial work done and ended up skewing the world's view of her for good. She got a nose job, had Botox in her cheeks and eyes and forehead, and having lip fillers that didn't work out as planned. And with her Botox, she had the tails of her eyebrows raised. She didn't age with nearly as much grace as she could have, and she learned all too late that facial fillers don't look good on everyone. At number 9, we have Amanda Lepore. She has been dubbed one of the most influential transgender women in all of America, being a singer and a performer, as well as being a model, and being dubbed a public figure because of her fearlessness in all of her endeavors. She did have some work done in this process, but as she aged, she didn't stop getting work done, and it caused her to look a little more fake than she intended. She's had a rhinoplasty, eye lift, silicone injections of every sort, and the list goes on. Her goal was to look like an animated bombshell like Jessica Rabbit, while maintaining the realism and poise of icons such as Marilyn Monroe. Sadly, she kind of missed the mark on both of those things, and in her age, she began to look a little unsettling, or like a slightly melted Barbie. It's more slippery of a slope than we may think. At number 8, we have Heidi Montag. She went from being naturally beautiful to an unnatural Hollywood type of beautiful, which makes regular people question what her thought process was. She fully admitted she had some work done, and admitted to regretting it too. Between the years of 2006 to 2010, Heidi had a lot of chest augmentations that left her with way more back pain than she expected, considering the size and stature of the rest of her body. It looked extremely unnatural, and she later regretted her choices and had them reduced. But that's not all. She also admitted to having her lips filled, her cheeks done, her chin reduced, and her tummy tucked, and even went as far to have her ears augmented. She's got longer than shoulder-length hair, her ears can't be seen much anyway. She went a little too crazy with the face and body work, and she paid for it as she got older. At number 7, we have Jennifer Grey. Starring in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Dirty Dancing, you'd think she'd be easily recognizable. But she got a lot of facial work done that made her look nothing like her younger self. And she's often been mistaken for someone else or not recognized at all because of it. Her career started to diminish after her 2 hit movies, but in her attempt to keep herself young, she got Botox, had a nose job, and had her eyelids raised, and had work in her cheeks and jaw so her face was more shapely. She went basically unnoticed for a while, but she had a small redemption arc in 2010 when she was on Dancing with the Stars. It's still unfortunate to see how much she's changed. At number 6, we have Lisa Rinna. She played the role of Billy Reid on the soap opera The Days of Our Lives, and much like the show, she didn't age well. She had most of her work done in her face, like having her eyebrows lifted, having a nose job, and most notably, her many years of getting lip injections. And they didn't age very well either. It got to a point where it was so bad that she had to have surgery to undo the amount of plastic surgery she had in her lips. You know enough is enough when you have to backpedal to fix how bad it's gotten. At number 5, we have Tara Reid. She's another one of those blonde bombshell actresses who was in cult classic movies, but other than that, had no real acting skills. She was in American Pie and Sharknado, so her success came from campy films, where she was a typecast. But she was also in the TV show Scrubs. In her attempt to maintain her typecast, she had some bodily work done, like chest augmentations and multiple tummy tucks. Sadly, as she aged, so did her procedures, and it left her with some scars, as well as some sagging here and some drooping there, and some more than obvious misshapen stomach. It's unfortunate that her body procedures didn't end well, but since she didn't get much work done in her face, overall, she still does look pretty decent for being in her 40s. At number 4, we have Ray Liotta. He has a very impressive IMDb, and has been cast in a lot more dramatic movies with hearty plot lines and a lot of character story. Now, playing characters like that can age a person, but when Ray tried to preserve his youth with Botox, it only made him look older and scarier, if anything. He already had an unsettling complexion, with a thin face, small lips, and big blue eyes. But the surgery only enhanced these features and made him appear even more unsettling. It seems as if he got work done in his cheeks to remove the smile lines, and had the tails of his eyebrows lifted in the process of getting forehead Botox. And he had his eyelids lifted so they didn't show signs of drooping. His aged appearance isn't very natural, but at least it didn't put a dent in his career. At number 3, we have Jerry Burns. He is a prime example of how getting Botox does not stop the aging process. When he was younger, he starred in TV shows such as Surviving Suburbia, Justified, and Good Morning Miami. It's very obvious that he went a little too hard with the injections, and you can see where his eyebrows and eyelids have been lifted, and where his forehead doesn't move anymore. It looks more than a little fake, and it's truly unfortunate that it didn't work out very well for him. Something else that doesn't work for him is the Botox wrinkles over his eyebrows, where he was filled a little too much, and it dispersed way too fast, so now he has a permanent look of surprise or shock on his face. You can also see where he had his cheekbones filled and lifted, so his smile is more like an uncomfortable sneer that seems more sinister than approachable. Sometimes it takes a person too long to see when they've gone past the point of no return. At number 2, we have Burt Reynolds. He wasn't exactly a conventionally attractive actor. Not when he was young, anyway. He aged very well, all things considered. But at his age now, he began getting work done to maintain his middle-aged looks. And it did not work very well for him either. In fact, it aged him further, and he looks more like a frail old man than ever. He claimed he inherited his smooth skin from his father, but as he got older, he had fewer wrinkles than when he was natural and middle-aged. He had a rhinoplasty, an eyelid lift, lots of Botox, and a full facelift. It seems like that's all that's holding his face together now, considering how tight and stretched it looks. Aging is a natural thing, and some people can't quite grasp that. And last but not least, we have Kenny Rogers. He was a really successful person, from being an iconic musician, dubbed the pioneer of folk music, having albums from the 60s right up until he passed, and having duets with musical icons such as Dolly Parton, Dottie West, and Sheena Easton, as well as being an author and having his own chain of chicken restaurants in the 90s. He made a big name for himself, but sadly, he is also being remembered for having botched plastic surgery, as well as a god-awful spray tan. He had very masculine features like a strong brow and admirable cheekbones, but after he had the surgery, it aged him greatly and made him look more frail and delicate rather than being the lumberjack type. Something he did rock was a salt and pepper beard, which added to his personality. But alas, with more surgery and aging, it became more white and added 10 years to him rather than fixing the issue. He takes the number 1 spot on our list because he looked nothing like his younger self, and it is truly unfortunate the lengths people will go to appear younger.
Number 10, Kendall Jenner. Now there have been rumors about the Kardashian crew getting cosmetic surgery since the moment that they first appeared on screen. Each and every member of this family has been accused of having either a nose job or cheek fillers, but Kendall has one noticeable difference that stands out from the rest of her family. In side-by-sides, Kendall's eyes are actually larger than they once were, as well as more almond-shaped. Several doctors have chimed in online and claimed that there's no way she could achieve this look just by using makeup, unless, there's some special magical substance that yanks your face back, which probably exists, but it's suspicious, which is basically what a ponytail facelift is, so it's really the only real explanation. Number 9, Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right for a very long time. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years. Side-by-sides from her Disney days till now show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of cheek fillers, but her eyes are a lot more cat-like than the original form. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past designated to enhance features without the need of invasive surgeries. However, no foundation on this earth can give Selena the features that she currently has. It comes as no surprise to learn that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands and is adamantly denied that she has received any major surgeries over the years. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a very long time, even deleting photos from her Instagram because they received such massive slews of negative comments. Now, while it's never been confirmed if she's actually received any kind of work, just watching her on screen is enough to prove that the young Alex Russo that a lot of people grew up with has vanished into thin air. Number 8, Bella Hadid. Bella is actually one of the main reasons that this surgery is becoming so popular. When you compare photos of Bella 10 years ago to the ones that are taken this year, it is night and day. Not only have her cheeks noticeably shrunken and become more toned, but her eyes are a lot more almond-shaped, and Bella was one of the first people to openly admit to receiving this treatment as a way to further enhance her already obvious beauty. Bella has been drenched in plastic surgery rumors for a long time, and in 2018 she clapped back at her so-called haters, telling them that she was horrified of what plastic surgery could do to her face. While this ponytail surgery is not the most extreme surgery there is, It's still an invasive one, and it's one of the more sensitive areas of your face to take care of, but that's okay as long as nothing gets, injected into your eyeballs, right? Everything's fine. Number 7, Nicki Minaj. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and plastic surgery, she only has one response. What's good, Miley? No, she denies it. Rumors have been flying around since the moment she first appeared on our screens and stages, and over the years, fans claim to have inside information that Nicki has received cheek implants, both on her face and on her backside, with one of her closest friends turning on her in 2013 and claiming that she was given the 411 on the big old buns, but as with many things involved with her looks, Nicki denies any enhancements of any kind. However, it doesn't take a super sleuth to realize that she has totally received some kind of work, right? Whether it's plastic surgery or not, she just looks different. Side by sides show that Nicki didn't have these naturally almond eyes like she has now when she first appeared on our screens. She may have never confirmed the surgery with her lips, but most certainly did with her face, because it looks different. Number 6, Ariana Grande. We have accepted that the former Nickelodeon star may have had some subtle procedures such as fillers, maybe some rhinoplasty. The jury's still out on whether she had a nose job, as Ariana has never confirmed this and actually went as far as denying it on Twitter, although she does have a habit of sometimes editing her nose on Instagram, so who knows? But we can't ignore the changes that we've seen this year. The singer has been rumored to have even more cosmetic surgeries towards the end of this year, causing her to look unrecognizable. The redhead that we loved on Victorious and Sam and Cat seems like a totally different person. Ariana's eyes are more almond shaped, she has dimples in her cheeks when she smiles, and she never used to have. Ariana has never confirmed if she's received surgery or not, but the face that we know and love is hidden behind a new Ariana. Number 5, Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger is a former model whose face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she has had some kind of work done. A few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in on it to express, and he said that he thinks that she's received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claims that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes, and these could be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables like Botox. She has also clear lines around her mouth area, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin is also much fresher and has more of a complexion. This could be due to several factors like laser treatments. A second expert named Reza Nazab agreed and added that he believed that she might have also had a fat transfer or a facelift. This could explain the almond-shaped eyes behind the massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland Baldwin, insisted that her mother had not received any plastic surgery while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman that there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid any Botox, any other skin treatments, just listen to Ireland's mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all those years. She wrote it on an Instagram post. Kim herself has never addressed speculation surrounding her looks. Number 4, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she attended the premiere of Entrapment in June 1999, she had the beginnings of crow's feet, especially when she smiled. But as the years went by, it seemed like those crow's feet vanished into thin air. And by the time this past year rolled around, she made a return to the mainstream, starring as Morticia Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday. She was a completely different human being, according to fans. Her skin was so smooth and her eyes were smaller than they once were, looking exactly like you would picture a person with fresh cat eye surgery to look like. Catherine was rumored to have received surgery after she was photographed entering a clinic in Beverly Hills, and she never confirmed that she received this specific surgery, but it's impossible to hide the obvious changes in the shape and face conditions. Number 3, Lil' Kim. For the past 25 years, she's been pushing the boundaries as a female rapper and breaking records. Lil' Kim's also considered to have pioneered mainstream love-positive feminism in hip-hop and has carved a path for many contemporary artists like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Cash Doll. In addition to her unique sound and lyrical matters, she's known for her breathtaking, flamboyant fashion style and advocacy work for various causes. However, the American rapper served as an unforgettable MTV moment that made heads turn a few years ago. It's tough to deny her natural presence and beauty. After her lip surgery and a series of facial surgeries, she became unrecognizable to fans. Literally, people at her concerts were like, "Hey, who's that?" This speaks volumes, especially in front of the people who adore you the most. It also means that Lil' Kim had too much work done. Staying relevant in the scene can be challenging as more female rappers rise to fame. Unfortunately, Lil' Kim's attempts to fix her perceived natural flaws took her commanding presence and gorgeous looks away. Number 2, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay got her big break when Disney casted her to play 2 roles in the classic family comedy The Parent Trap. She played twin sisters Hallie Parker and Annie James, who randomly meet at a summer camp and discover their parents split them up when they were babies. The twins then hatch a big plot to get mom and dad back together, and it is a great movie. I love it so much. Her career only seemed to rise from there, starring in cult classics like Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Mean Girls as, the main character, Cathy Heron. Unfortunately, her character took a step in the wrong direction when she was arrested in 2007 for driving under the influence of a controlled substance, for which she served 84 minutes in jail. Yes, minutes. Some people spend years in jail, but Lindsay got a little warning because she's Lindsay Lohan. Until 2022, her career was at an abrupt standstill, and she decided to take that time to make some cosmetic adjustments. She got some work done to herself, and the little Lindsay that we grew up with is now trapped behind a thin layer of silicone. Number 1, Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram Live in December 2022, she talked about a procedure she had done to her butt years ago, and it gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son, Wave, in 2021, Cardi B said that people thought she had work done when in reality she had gotten surgery in August to have 95% of her bipolymer bum injections removed. She went on to say that you should do your research and listen to doctors, and not just with, injections, but also anything involving your rear and all the other plastic surgeries and cosmetic surgeries as well. Like, really, just double check your sources, people. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because of the need to recover from liposuction. And on Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of it. That same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter, Culture, and was unhappy with needing to take time off. So Cardi's biggest thing is not that the procedures are bad themselves, but with the recovery time that it seems to take. Well, fear no more, Instalift is probably on its way, which is, I don't know, maybe that's a thing. I'm not a scientist.
Coming at number 10, we have Lea Michele. Back in December, Lea Michele started to go trending on Twitter after the internet started to troll her for her new chiseled facial appearance. When the funny girl actress posted a selfie comparing herself to Lucia, the beautiful working girl on The White Lotus, the internet was then quick to notice her resemblance to another trending character, which is a girl who has undergone buccal fat removal. The cosmetic procedure involves surgically removing fat between the cheekbones and the jawbones via incisions inside the mouth to highlight one's facial bone structure. While people have been doing the surgery for decades, it's currently all the rage with young celebrities and people on TikTok. It takes a normal looking girl and makes them look almost skeletal, which is pretty damaging to a younger person's image. While the surgery isn't everybody's cup of tea, I still don't understand why Hollywood girlies aren't trying to get rid of it and why they keep opting to do it, and it kinda made Lea Michele look more scary than her Rachel Berry days on Glee. Number 9, Khloé Kardashian. Khloé Kardashian has been pretty open about her physical transformation, and unlike her other sisters, she claimed that she has undergone plastic surgery more than once in her life. While the reality TV star isn't too outspoken when it comes to her past procedures, she has opened up once before about the reason behind her choice to undergo the night. In a reunion episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloé revealed that she opted for a few cosmetic alterations by saying, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she had a third face transplant, but I've had one nose job." Aside from her nose job, the Good American founder has also revealed she has done injections, but not really Botox because she responded horribly Botox. Khloé, like Kylie, has also gotten so much filler done at one point. She even went back 3 times to get it dissolved, but it still feels like the effects are still there. But for a while, the star did look a little scary with all that filler. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Coming at number 8, we have Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley was a legendary beauty, but when she underwent plastic surgery in the past, it left her with some unfortunate side effects. It would force her to come out and claim that she unknowingly had industrial low-grade silicone injected into her face by a doctor who wasn't even licensed to practice medicine in the United States. Priscilla was one of many victims who fell into the hands of Dr. Daniel Serranoez. In 2008, a rep of the actress would share that an investigation which uncovered his misconduct ultimately led to his imprisonment. Miss Presley dealt with this matter years ago, and eventually everything is now well. Serrano, who was not licensed to practice medicine, would find himself being deported back to Argentina after serving 18 months in federal prison, after some of his injections caused lumps, paralysis, and holes in his client's face. But the work he did to Priscilla definitely had her wishing that she never underwent the surgery, and she never even tried to have it repaired as she was kinda scared it would do more harm than good. Number 7. Janice Dickinson. It's clear that Hollywood's obsession with plastic surgery is starting to get really scary, and if you look what happened to Janice Dickinson after she made an attempt to keep her youthful appearance, people would even start to confuse her with Caitlyn Jenner. After she had a botched procedure done, even according to celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Yoon, Janice had every plastic surgery procedure there is. And that's not really hard to believe, as once the stunning model now looks like she is pure plastic. And I've seen her undergo some treatments on reality TV. Dr. Yoon would then jokingly add, "I believe she's undergone pretty much every facial plastic surgery there is, including a facelift, eye lift, lip injections, Botox, fat injections, a brow lift, and she's probably single-handedly paid for her plastic surgeon's house." Despite Janice going under the knife numerous times, Yoon said while Janice doesn't look a whole lot like herself, she's holding up pretty well and she's had quite a bit of help. In 2014, Janice would even admit when she was 32, or in the Jurassic era, that's when she had her first procedure done, and it included work to her chest, a tummy tuck, facelift, and Botox. At number 6, we have Linda Evangelista. The OG supermodel hasn't been seen in public for a while now, and in September 23rd, 2021, she would explain why. Linda revealed that she underwent cool sculpting, which she claims left her looking unrecognizable, as it allegedly caused her fat cells in her face to multiply, and she would say, "To my followers who have wondered why I have not been working while my peers' careers have been thriving, the reason is that I was brutally disfigured by a procedure which did the opposite of what it promised." She then went on to talk about the procedure's rare but serious side effects, and she said, "Not only did it destroy my livelihood, but it sent me into a cycle of depression, profound sadness, and lowest depths of self-loathing. In the process, I have become reclusive, and I'm so tired of living this way. I would like to walk out my door with my head held high despite not looking like myself any longer." However, if you look at photos from Linda from 2005 to now, before her procedure disfigured her famous face, the girl was stunning. And if you were looking to get plastic surgery done in the future, let this be a warning and just a reminder that you're beautiful just the way you look. Number 5, Mickey Rourke. Since the beginning of his career, Mickey Rourke has captured the news headlines every now and then, and one of the most talked about things about him is his face. Today, everyone knows Mickey to be an actor of repute who has starred in many successful movies over the years, but it is essential to understand that acting was not Mickey's first love, as he's a man who was in love with boxing, and he eventually became a professional boxer. And he did pretty well because he was unbeaten in all his fights, as he won and drew others. However, he endured a lot of injuries to his face, and some of these injuries were so severe that they threatened to ruin his good looks, so he opted to have cosmetic surgery to fix his face. However, the doctors he met to help him fix his face just ended up ruining it. His face today is now very different from what his fans had known it to be, and anytime he steps into the public, paparazzi just swarms his face. While the star has undergone different cosmetic surgeries to correct his face, it just keeps changing and it keeps renewing the public's interest. Number 4, Joan Rivers. Comedian Joan Rivers was famous for constantly changing her face. When the reality TV star passed away at the age of 81, her daughter Melissa would write a memoir, The Book of Joan, Tales of Mirth, Mischief, and Manipulation, as a tribute to her mother. In it, Melissa would reveal that Joan had a staggering 348 cosmetic operations over her life, and she was never happy with the way she looked, which fed into her sense of being less than. Joan Rivers' tragic passing was caused after she had complications following her surgery, after the comedian never recovered from a loss of oxygen to her brain during surgery. Her daughter would then be able to sue the clinic for malpractice. It would be noted that Joan went into the hospital after she scheduled an EGD. However, reports then showed another procedure, a nasolaryngoscopy, which was performed twice by an ENT doctor not privileged to perform that procedure at Yorkville, and Rivers was never informed or consented to that procedure. Number 3, Donatella Versace. Versace. Donatella Versace's designs for Versace may have sparked thousands of copycats, but there is no danger of a woman following suit when it comes to Donatella Versace's new look. 30 years ago, the fashion guru had naturally full lips and smooth skin, but today her face is striking for all the wrong reasons, as she has now turned herself into a real-life human waxwork doll after she overdid Botox and added too much filler to her cheeks and lips. Not to mention, the businesswoman has also had a facelift, and eyes and brow lift. And if you look at her face, you can tell that her eyelids are like a little droopy because she had some bad Botox, and that's why they look droopy. It's also been said that she looks like she may have had some filler added to her earlobes, as they looked very stretched. Dr. David Rappaport has also provided a timeline of Donatella's alleged procedures, where he would point out that it seems clear that the designer has had a facelift, as she has a scar that you can see on her temple areas, and she has a fine linear scar from it. He would also note that her hairline has been lifted too high, and it shouldn't end that high above her ears, but this could also indicate that she's gone under the knife for more than one procedure. Number 2. Carrot Top. Comedian king of props Scott Carrot Top Thompson has had to deal with a lot of plastic surgery rumors and before and after surgery photos, but despite the hundreds of sources saying he underwent the knife to change his looks, the comedian says he hasn't had work done on him, but it's clearly just a lie. So Carrot Top is one of these most successful comedians from the late 90s and 2000s. Aside from comedy, one of the most talked about topics whenever Carrot Top is brought up is about his looks, and people start to debate whether the star has had plastic surgery done or not. Although various sources have tried exploring his transformation to put an answer to the question, the comedian still continues to deny all the rumors that revolve around him undergoing the knife to change his looks. And to this day, the comedian still has to deal with plastic surgery rumors, as the media has been swamped with before and after photos of the star. Many have even compared his transformation to plastic surgery disasters, and some professionals have even commented on it, such as Dr. Anthony Yoon, who pointed out that the comedian has definitely had laser treatments or chemical peels, and he even commented on Carrot Top's appearance by saying he looks more like a muscle-bound cartoon character. Number 1. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is undoubtedly one of the brightest, most influential women in hip-hop, yet her legacy remains controversial for one reason or the other. It seems like the star is constantly being thrown in front of the media since the beginning of her career for her ever-changing face. In 2005, Kim would even go on a radio show to explain that she had broken her nose after getting into an altercation with her ex-boyfriend, and she had to get surgery done to fix her nose, and then she would go back to her boyfriend, get hurt again, and it would reel her into a tangle of insecurities and self-loathing. Kim was so tired of lying about her injuries and burying her bruises in makeup that she thought it would be better to get professional work done and wipe those physical markings away once and for all. And then after, she would get more surgeries done by her own choice, as she was facing insecurities after her boyfriends kept cheating on her with European women with long hair. At number 10, we have Jennifer Lopez. JLo looks pretty much the same age as she did when she was 20 years old, and it's clear that this woman does not age. Over the years, people have speculated that the reason the star stays so young is because she has gotten Botox, fillers, and cosmetic surgery. Every time this is brought to light to Jennifer, she's always said that her face is 100% her face, and that she's never had Botox or any other injectables or surgery done. She will even go to say that her secret is that she uses her skin line, JLo Beauty, and if you want nice skin, you should definitely give it a try. The star has also noted that another JLo Beauty secret is that you should try spending your time being more positive, kind, and uplifting to others instead of trying to bring them down. You know that saying that being unproblematic ages you well? Well, JLo definitely proves that saying. At number 9, we have Bella Hadid. So fans have speculated for the longest time that Bella Hadid has had a nose job, lip fillers, and Botox done over the years. Up until recently, Bella has denied the claims by saying people think she's gotten all this surgery and that you can do a scan on her face and it would prove that she hasn't had any work done. The model has also noted that she was scared of putting fillers into her face and that she would never want to mess up her face. Recently, however, Bella has come clean about getting a nose job and wishes she never had the procedure done when she was 14, and that she should have just let herself grow into her nose. As for the other procedures people claim Bella has had, she still denies them even to this day. Hey Peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, we have Kim Kardashian. So reality TV star Kim Kardashian has been pestered by the media and fans for years for getting plastic surgery or Photoshop when she flaunts her flat tummy and curvy appearance. Kim has responded by saying that she has had Botox done, however her lips, cheeks, nose, and lashes have pretty much always been natural. However, a US-based plastic surgeon, Dr. Daniel Barrett, has come out to say that he doesn't believe that the socialite has never had any procedures done, and he also believes that the star has spent up to $39,000 on procedures such as liposuction and fat transfer. Back in 2011, the star tried to deny the claims, even more in an episode during Keeping Up with the Kardashians when she had x-rays done to prove and deny the accusations of her having a BBL. However, if you compare photos of Kim from now to 15 years ago, it's clear that the star has had some work done and she just needs to be honest about it. There's nothing wrong with having work done, however, lying and creating unrealistic goals to your younger fans just isn't it. At number 7, we have Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande has had her fair share of rumors that she's gone under the knife to enhance her appearance. People have claimed that the star has had breast lifts or enhancements done, as well as an eyebrow lift, nose job, lip fillers, a butt lift, and cheek and jaw altercations. Now, Ariana has denied the allegations and has gone to say that people have been comparing photos of her since she was 14 years old all the way to now that she's 29 years old. I mean, we all change our looks as we grow older, so it's hard to say if she's actually ever gotten plastic surgery or not. So what do you think? Are Ariana's claims false, or did she have procedures done? And let me know in the comments below. At number 6, we have Kendall Jenner. It clearly runs in the family, as Kendall Jenner has been the subject of plastic surgery rumors over the years, much like her other sisters. Fans have claimed that the star has had a nose job, lip fillers, breast enhancements. However, compared to her sisters, it is clear that the procedures, if she had them done, definitely were minor and look more natural. Kendall has said that as a model, why would she ever get procedures done to her face? And while it may look like everybody is out to see the star lose, her younger sister Kylie did come out to save her one time by saying that she did overline Kendall's lips one day, and it was funny to see everyone accuse the star of getting lip fillers done. As for the rest of Kendall's body, she did admit that her sisters are clearly much curvier than her, and growing up she always compared herself to them a lot. Recently, fans have also accused Kendall of going under the knife for a bigger butt, but we're just gonna have to let Kendall address these speculations before we assume any more. At number 5, we have John Travolta. Now, John Travolta has denied having plastic surgery done, and people have noticed that his changing appearance from the 70s heartthrob looks in the movie Grease all the way to now. With it looking like the star has had some Botox, eyebrow alterations, and hairline work done, the overall changes throughout his face can clearly declare that there were many actions taken to change the overall look from natural to artificial. John has definitely fought hard to lose his age, and he's definitely tried to keep up with the glamour he once had before. Now, John has been pretty quiet when it comes to the surgery, and I don't think we'll see him responding to the speculation anytime soon. However, it is his face and hair, and many of us didn't expect him to do a surgery like this ever. At number 4, we have Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore was accused of having a nose job done, and it made fans speculate that the rumors were true. And then she decided to laugh it off. When the rumors first started to swirl around the media, Mandy was quick to shut them down, and she even came out to say people think that everyone in Hollywood has had a nose job or other work done, but it's not always true. People are going to believe what they want, that's fine. And while it may be true that a lot of celebrities are accused of having work, the rumors are true 9 times out of 10, and Mandy may be part or may not be part of the 1%, but who knows? So with Mandy maybe having work done or maybe not, she has noted that she does not judge those who turn to plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery in a bid to improve their appearance. However, she's never had the work done and chooses to love her imperfections. At number 3, we have Blake Lively. I think we can all admit that Blake Lively is stunning. However, did you know that people have accused the star of getting a couple of alterations done? Blake has been accused of having a nose job and eyelid surgery. If you take a look at some photos of before and after, you can see that her nose was quite larger and her eyelids were more down and hooded. Now, the Gossip Girl actor has refused to confirm or deny getting the procedures done, so it only added to more heat to the rumors. It's clear that people love to speculate about celebrities' plastic surgeries, but when one stays quiet, it sure does send the internet into a frenzy. So Blake, did you have the procedures done or not? We just want to know. And at number 2, we have Zac Efron. When Zac Efron appeared on a clip in promotion for Bill Nye's Earth Day musical, people were quick to notice that he had a whole new face. With his jawline looking fuller, people speculated that the star had work done to his jaw, cheeks, as well as fillers and facial implants. Now, Zac would later come out to say that he never had any plastic surgery done, and back in 2013, he actually broke his jaw when he slipped and hit a corner of his face off a granite fountain in his house. The fall would force him to have his jaw wired, and it would cause his face to change significantly. Zac's change will remind us that sometimes changes reflect on a person's health mentally or physically, and we shouldn't be so quick to judge. And at number 1 today, we have Katy Perry. So it's not uncommon for celebrities to be hounded by plastic surgery rumors, and Katy Perry happens to be a celebrity who is constantly denying that she's ever had work done. Now, the star has admitted to getting non-invasive treatments such as laser and lip injections to improve the dark circles under her eyes. However, people have speculated that the star has had a nose job, which she's denied. The star has also expressed that people shouldn't feel bad about getting any procedures done, and that as a society, we need to get away from the negative stigma about physical alterations. And the star has also said if someone wants a nose job to make them feel better, go ahead. Do what makes you feel better about yourself.
Plastic surgery is a very common thing to have these days. It used to be something that you'd mostly see with celebrities, public figures, and other wealthy people, but in recent years, more and more of us common folk are also getting plastic surgery as well. The one thing about these procedures though is that it's possible to go overboard trying to change your appearance, and that can make or break you. It's ruined a lot of people's lives and careers, celebrities especially. One celebrity who's kind of known for their botched appearance is Donatella Versace, so today I'm going to tell you about her plastic surgery journey and how that's affected her life and career. Before I get into it though, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and give this video a like as well to support the channel and our platform. Really appreciate it. Now let's start talking about Donatella Versace, and let's start from the beginning. Donatella Versace was born in Reggio Calabria, Italy on May 2nd, 1955. She is the younger sister of the late famed designer Gianni Versace and described herself as, quote, the baby of the family, saying that she was always the most spoiled of her siblings. Donatella has always been known for her appearance. She created her signature look of dyed platinum hair and black eyeliner as a teenager and has kept up this look ever since. Donatella has also been deeply submerged in fashion for her whole life. Growing up, her mother was a dressmaker and had her own business, so fashion, style, and design has always been part of her life, even before her brother Gianni started the Versace company. Donatella grew up being something of a model for her family's designs and styles. As a child, Donatella wore her mother's custom clothes, as she said that she was always, quote, the best dressed little girl in the city, end quote. This carried into her teenage and young adult years, as Donatella has said that her brother Gianni used to make outfits for her and take her out with him for a night on the town, almost as to flaunt his mastery of fashion, but she didn't mind because she always looked good. Donatella and Gianni were very close, and she was always there to support her brother every step of the way, especially after he started his fashion company. Though Versace was a big family affair, with their brother also helping out in the company, Donatella and Gianni were really the ones who drove the fashion and design aspects of the company. Gianni relied on his sister for advice on his designs, and Donatella played a significant part in growing the public part of the fashion brand, organizing their fashion shows and advertising the company. Donatella also played a part in, quote, bringing some rock and roll spirit and celebrity cash to the line through her connections with Madonna and Elizabeth Hurley. Donatella later became the chief designer at the company's Versace line and became more involved in the business in the mid-90s during her brother's battle with cancer. They became concerned with the business and its succession, so the family came up with a succession plan in the case of Gianni's death, because this company meant so much to all of them. Gianni's health scare prompted the family to become more hands-on, especially Donatella, who gave so much to the brand to keep it alive. Miraculously, Gianni ended up beating cancer, but sadly, the family was still struck with tragedy when Gianni was killed in 1997 when he was shot outside of his home in Miami, Florida. Just a few days after his death, the company announced that Donatella would be acting as Versace's artistic director, but by that time, this role wasn't anything new for Donatella, as she was already taking a leading role in the company for the past 2 years before her brother's passing. Donatella's career had shifted and was beginning to grow even more, and as the new face of Versace, there was a new weight on her shoulders to keep the family's business and her brother's legacy alive and well. Image became even more important than ever before. As a hard-working businesswoman, she wanted to appear as best she could in the eyes of the company, but as a public figure and the head of a high-fashion brand, her looks had to be maintained, and so she entered into the world of plastic surgery. At the time of her brother's death in 1997, Donatella's appearance looked pretty untouched by plastic surgery, and being 42 at the time, she still looked very youthful, but it seems as though over the years, the more plastic surgery she's received, the older it made her look. By 2002, Donatella's facial features had changed dramatically, looking more like she looks these days. Her appearance seemed like it started to change shortly after her divorce from her husband, so maybe that also had something to do with it, or it could also have been a result of the industry that she works in, being that plastic surgery and harsh beauty standards are very apparent in fashion. This change in appearance could also have something to do with her substance abuse as well. In 2005, Donatella opened up about her substance abuse, sharing that she had been addicted to no for the past 18 years, and that she sought out help at a rehab center in Arizona. As we all know, regular use of these kinds of substances can alter your appearance, and so perhaps Donatella began her plastic surgery in an effort to correct any damage that had been done due to her substance abuse. It was also at this time that she admitted to getting Botox, saying that she didn't believe in quote, totally natural for women, end quote. By 2011, that's where things get a little concerning when it comes to Donatella's appearance. People had started making comments on her face, saying that clearly Donatella had started to go overboard with the plastic surgery and Botox. Some doctors made comments about it, saying that at this point her skin and its elasticity was starting to look papery and weak, which is a sign of many cosmetic treatments and sunbathing. One doctor also pointed out that at this point her lips and cheeks looked like it was no longer being receptive to Botox, which is probably why she had been getting so much more, and damaging the rest of her face in order to correct things. It sounds like a very vicious cycle that Donatella just couldn't break. Donatella continues to get fillers, facelifts, and other procedures, but some experts say that all of this work is just making things worse for the design mogul, because instead of correcting her appearance the way she wants it, it's just worsening it, making the results last for less and less time. Donatella used to be a model before fully taking on the business end of Versace, so that career ended a long time ago, but her career as a businesswoman is still kicking for the most part. From what I've read and heard, some people think that because of her appearance, had Donatella been in a different industry or had a different job, then she definitely would have seen a drop in credibility and loss of work, like we've seen in Hollywood with a number of actors, but because of her status in the fashion world, there's really no way of ending her career, but people can still make comments about her and the way that she looks. The only way that she could truly end her career is by pulling the plug on it herself. She's too highly respected as a designer to be cancelled for something as menial as too much plastic surgery, but I'm sure that there are still people out there who would certainly try. I personally think that Donatella is an icon, and you might think me a hypocrite for making this video, but I truly do like her, and I couldn't care less about what she looks like. She's a fashion icon, she is talented and hardworking, and at the end of the day, those are qualities that really define a person, not their looks.